I wasn't ready.
He ain't never ready, y'all. Y'all know Chasey Chase by now. He's never ready. But welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always. I'm DJ. Justin means always. Casey means always. An instant classic. We back. We back at it again. Back at it like we never left because we didn't. We didn't leave. We didn't. We don't leave around here. We come back around here. Anyway, SummerSlam 2023. That's what we previewing. We previewing our review of SummerSlam after it happens. So there you go.
Exactly.
There you go. So real quick, Chasey Chase is the faceless wonder down there. By the way, so if you want to know who the ugly one of the group is, it's Casey. That's what we've come to discover.
That's not how that works. It's I'm the prettiest one, so I
You
just
gotta
turn my
pay.
camera
You got
because I don't want to
the
outshine you
payment
guys.
wall. You got the pay. Oh, you want to outshine? That's what it was.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
what
want
it
to
was.
outshine you guys.
That's what it was.
I want to give Justin a chance at least.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, he's giving me a chance. He's actually being nice for once. That's
You know what?
crazy.
I decided to not give him a
Oh
chance.
well, he didn't.
Oh,
He
never
didn't mess it
mind. He,
all
he,
up.
didn't, he didn't get. Okay, now
He
we just
messed it
lost a whole
all
bunch
up.
of viewers. We just lost every viewer.
But he kind of looked like Prince Pretty with the little selfie, the selfie cam he had on. But real quick, let's just talk overall expectations for SummerSlam. Let's start with Justin because he probably knows more about this show than neither one of us do. At the table right now, he is the head of the table for right now. So
Yeah, throw up them ones. Throw up them ones. You know what?
We ain't
SummerSlam.
even at a table.
I'm at a desk, sir.
I'm I'm not at a table. The fuck?
I'm at a table.
this is
This is a
this the
desk.
new table for three. What y'all talking about? I don't understand.
The new table for three.
I don't.
Yeah, we're gonna be on Peacock. We're gonna be on the cock.
You
Pause.
watch your language, sir.
I mean, it's not like we're monetized, so.
You watch your language.
But SummerSlam, I'm actually looking forward to the show. I mean, the things I'm looking like the things I've really been building up the show is like the whole bloodline situation between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. That's one thing is really going to be going the show. The Judgment Day stuff with Finn Balor and Seth Rollins, that's been pretty good. We got is there 2 women's matches on here? I thought there was, but no, there's only 1 women's match on there. What else we got? We got there's 8 matches on the card. I mean, it's looking pretty decent. I think it'd be a pretty decent show. But yeah, I'm excited for it.
Okay.
The biggest party of the summer,
It is the biggest party of the summer.
Summer scam. I mean, summer slam. Sorry.
I was, I feel like I'm excited for this show. I struggle when I don't watch the shows live to keep up sometimes. So I try to watch the recaps, try to watch This Week in WWE, something, and then it kind of gets me back into it. I know, of course, they kind of redoing this whole Cody Rhodes Brock Lesnar thing. We'll see how that goes. I know Charlotte has kind of came into this fold with Asuka and Bianca. I saw a little bit of that from a couple weeks ago too. That's kind of interesting. I like Bianca being a little bit more of a heel. I kind of want to go back a wee little bit and see what started that turn, because I mean I know the fans kind of started it themselves.
So basically, what started that was so Bianca was she was given a chance. Adam Pearce said that she was going to give Adam Pearce said that he was going to give her rematch for the title, but Charlotte, she came back, cut the line, and Bianca Belair basically got pissed about that, and the fans are kind of starting to boo her a little bit, so she's acting more like a tweener a little bit now. But I mean, I like this more aggressive side of Bianca Belair.
Yeah, I like it too. I think it'll work for her. I want to believe when she first came into WWE, like when she was in NXT, before we really knew who Bianca was, I want to believe she was a heel.
Yeah, she was like more, she had more of an attitude behind her.
Yeah, and I think when I look at the card, it seems like they got a lot of good matches, a lot of interesting matches. Like I said before, rehashing the Cody Brock thing. I don't love because for me, I was looking for Cody to win the title at SummerSlam since they didn't want to do it at Mania. So I don't know what it just sometimes I feel like Cody Rhodes is kind of in limbo. Um, and I debate with myself what the heck to do, what the heck they should do with him to try to get him back into the title picture at some point. And is a feud with Brock doing such a thing, or is it kind of shock and awe after WrestleMania type thing? And
Mm-hmm.
it just been too like not only just shock and awe, but I feel like with that whole storyline, it probably could have just been more so like what the heck's like we need to get fans behind Cody again. So let's let Brock beat him up a little bit, and then everybody loves to hate Brock anyway. So there you go. But that's an interesting one. The Rollins Balor rematch is interesting because Balor was oh so close. We'll see how that goes. I'll talk more about that one in a
You
little
know,
bit.
I also have to say, I'm also upset about, so we're not getting a Rhea Ripley match on here on this card.
Mhm.
She's not defending her women's world championship, which is very surprising because apparently there were rumors about her defending it against Raquel Rodriguez, but I think like Raquel has an injury right now or some sort. Maybe it's kayfabe, I'm not sure. But like she has like a knee injury going on right now. So when she gets healthy, Adam Pearce is going to give her that match. What else is? And then there was supposed to be a tag team title match on the show, but Kevin Owens he went down with a shoulder injury, so he's gonna be out for a while. I feel like they need to make Sami Zayn a singles champion. They need to really rocket him, to the moon and do something big with him because he's so over
But
right now.
but then he'd have to be with Cameron Grimes, and there can only be one person that's straight to the moon. So
This is true. This is true.
that's that.
Um, and then we're also not getting Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus on this show, which is really surprising. They're going to be doing it like 2 weeks, like on a random Raw episode in Canada. Like what? That this doesn't make any sense. Like I thought, when they first started this feud, I thought they were going to be doing the match at SummerSlam. This is where it would end. The biggest party of summer, SummerSlam. Why not have it end here? But
Yeah.
no, like they don't want to put this on the card. Like, what's having like two other matches, like having a total of 10 matches on the card, going to change? Like, be different.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, the booking with SummerSlam and I don't understand it really for me. I think SummerSlam almost comes off as like it almost comes off as like a WrestleMania light type of situation where it's like you want to see SummerSlam be just at the same level as WrestleMania, if not like 1B possibly to WrestleMania like it used to be, but for some reason it's not like that anymore, and it's frustrating. It very much so is, but I hate the booking when it comes to these title matches and stuff like that suck because why are you waiting till Raw to do these things? Like it feels like, and Casey, feel free to fill in when you get a chance to, but it feels like for some reason, like back in the Attitude Era, especially, like it felt like we got every match you wanted to see on the pay per view, and then there needed to be a rematch. There needed to be they would at least write it out during the pay per view, right? Like the pay per view was the big kind of coup de grace that the writers write to, and then after they write to that kind of end point, then they may, there may be a little bit of continuation in the next Raw, next SmackDown, whatever. But for some reason, it's just not. I don't know. I don't get it. It's frustrating. I hate it, but whatever. But y'all got any thoughts on that? Like SummerSlam's kind of, I guess, demise, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, I mean, Casey, you want to talk, or do you just want to
I
stay on
mean,
mute?
I'll go as far as to say I genuinely don't enjoy any WWE pay-per-views as much as I did in, the Attitude Era, the early 90s, even, the early to mid 2000s, because it feels like it, at least to me, it felt like every match mattered on pay-per-views back then. Every match had a reason. Um, they weren't just throwing matches on the card just to get everybody on the card. No, you earned your spot on the card. You weren't just gonna be thrown in a match on a pay per view because you're on the roster. No, you had to be in like a storyline or like a good worker, or there was a reason. Uh, eh, and part of it, I still think, is because of the network. Now, I still love the network. I love the fact that I don't have to pay, you know, $60 or whatever it was every month for a pay per view. But the flip side to that is I feel like the quality has gone down, and I think all of us feel like the quality has gone down.
Yeah.
That I think part of it is nostalgia for the '90s, the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, but at the same time, it's also because I genuinely think the quality was better. I
Yeah.
think they actually gave us a good show every time. Even the throwaway pay-per-views were good. I can go back and watch any of the like, B or C pay-per-views from that era
Yeah.
and thoroughly enjoy the whole thing.
I got a quick question, Casey,
Yeah.
and for Justin too, if you both want to answer it. It makes me wonder, like, what is the problem, right? I think this is a never ending question that we're always going to have. Like, what is the problem with WWE? What is the problem with wrestling today? But at the same time, like, my real thought process and my real question is, like, what is it? The time? Like, is it the fact that pay-per-views, it felt like, to a certain degree, there was a time limit they were given. I don't think there technically was, but at least it felt like you were given 3 hours to put on the best show you could. There was nothing less, there was nothing more. You do what you got to do. But now, especially with the network and streaming and all that, and we've seen it time and time again, it feels almost like you don't have to adhere to a time limit. So what happens is you're trying to fit everybody on the card to make the longest show possible, or you're trying to push things off so that push things off on the network, push things off on the pre-show or something like that, and you don't give as much credence to the main show. Do y'all feel like that has any sort of a effect on anything? Like the fact that there is, like, genuinely no time limits. We've seen pay-per-views go for 5-6 hours, it feels like, and then at the same time we've seen the quality of matches go down. Why is that?
Well, I mean, there it seems like that, but there still are time limits, for pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, more so the venue. Like you can't just they're still renting the venue, or they're still paying the venue to use, so that they can't just go to like 3, 4, 5 in the morning because they want to. So you still have that time limit. But I think I also think this is a detriment to WWE in a way too, where they are doing these 5-hour pay-per-views for like SummerSlam, for WrestleMania, for the big pay-per-views. But you're trying to shove so much into a show, and it's like, okay, cool. You have 18 matches on your 5-hour show. I'm not going to remember match 6 by the time I get to match 15. Like there's no point in it. There's really no point. I think the pay-per-views back in, quote unquote back in the day were more memorable because there wasn't a ton of matches. It wasn't a 5-hour show, and every match meant something. Every
Yeah.
match was important, and you wanted to see every match. There wasn't like so many times now and we've talked about this on predictions. It's like, not really looking forward to this match or whatever. Oh, this will be the bathroom break. There weren't really bathroom break matches back then. Every match you wanted to see because it had been built up and the storylines had been built up, and you were like, okay, I want to see what happens.
Yeah, and it's frustrating too, because with a roster so talented, you expect things to get better and better, right? Like,
Yeah.
now we've talked about
And
how
you know
talented
what that one
it
problem?
is.
You know what that one problem is?
What is it?
It's that old man in the back who can't ever retire, known as Vince
Well,
McMahon.
honestly, another thing, and we've talked about this too. I really think one of the biggest problems is WWE doesn't have legitimate competition anymore. I know AEW marks are going to watch this and bitch and moan and complain. Rah, rah, rah. You're not. AEW is not competition for WWE. It's not. If Vince wanted to, he could buy your puny little company and make it a part of the WWE if he really wanted to. Like, you're still a small fish in a big pond, you know. And WWE just doesn't have that competition. Like, AEW is not WCW. AEW isn't ECW from the 90s. It's not. It's just not. And I don't. A little sidebar tangent here. I don't know if Adam told you guys this, but he messaged me and he was like, "So apparently, Tony Khan got in contact with Bret Hart. You know, Bret the Hitman Hart. You know, the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be, and asked him if he wanted to be an on-screen manager. Bret declined this and said he would rather help agent matches and help with the roster.
Yeah.
Tony Khan said no.
What?
He said no to having one of the best wrestlers of all time help make your roster better.
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense, does it?
Another thing, a problem with wrestling is right now is like there's overexposure. Every day there's wrestling on, and people, I don't know, there's like burnout of it, and it's like we see it so much. Like see Monday Night Raw, you see Tuesday, NXT, Wednesday Dynamite, Thursday, you got Impact. You also have Ring of Honor, but who's really watching Ring of Honor right now?
There's so much you can't find in your groove, Justin, is what I would say. Because
and then
for me, like I'm like, I want to watch something. I just can't keep. I want to watch something, but I want to keep up with everything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that too, but also it's the toxic fan bases.
Yeah,
like AEW fans legitimately make me not want to watch the show.
I just stay off social media. I don't like, respond to the I don't even look at the haters and stuff.
Yeah, and the fact that their roster doesn't want to listen to legends who have been places that we all dream of being. We all dream of working WrestleMania. We all dream of being, tag team WWE tag team champion or world champion or whatever.
Yeah.
And they have these guys in AEW, like an Arn Anderson, like he wasn't a wrestler, but JR, and they're not listening. So it's like, why am I going to want to watch your show if you're not going to listen to these legends who are trying to make the show better?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
And this is why you must not only subscribe to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, but listen to us, take us with you on all your major podcasting platforms, because we give you everything, right? We give you all the discussion. We're going to get into this SummerSlam preview here in a second, but, we always try to talk a little bit deeper than just, what's on the card, I guess you could say. But
I see what you did there.
But
we like to go all the way.
I hate you.
Let's just completely pause.
Let's talk about SummerSlam 2023. Let's jump right. Let's just jump right on in. Just like we gonna hit the dive. We're gonna hit the dive. Y'all can't see me right now. We're gonna hit the dive. Just know.
It's sponsored by Slim Jim. Oh my god!
It's my time.
Yeah, we got the SummerSlam Battle Royal sponsored by Slim Jim. I tell you what.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Do they have the rights to those old commercials? They should play one. That'll be funny.
They are, with the monetization that WWE has, with all the ad revenue that they have, especially, I don't know why, back in the day, you didn't have all these. And back in the day, you didn't have all these ads on pay-per-views. You didn't have any ads on pay-per-views. But now on the network or on Peacock, after a match, there's some ads and stuff that they have, like so much. I just don't understand why. I understand, they're a big company, but
I'm okay with monetization. I just don't let it interfere with the show. Play a darn commercial. Okay, that's fine. Right? Even play a commercial with your talent. That's fine. But why is there a match that not this one particularly? I'm more so thinking of what was that match that Miz had
Oh
back
God.
when about the darn zombies or whatever, like that type of stuff. That stuff
Hmm.
that makes no sense. That stuff that when the person that's not a wrestling fan walks in, you want to be like, okay, not this part. This is not what I was
Yeah.
saying. Like
Like
it's cool, but it's not what I was saying.
like you can have, SummerSlam, brought to you by Slim Jim or like sponsored by Slim Jim, whatever. Like they did that in the Attitude Era, they did that in the early 2000s. You can even have, and I kind of miss this when they would have like the I think one of them was like the Stridex blimp that would go around the arena.
Yep.
I
Hmm.
miss stuff like that. It was stupid, but like it still was an ad for a sponsor, but it wasn't distracting. I mean,
Hmm.
unless you were probably in the arena, then it might have been distracting. But
But yeah, so we got the SummerSlam Battle Royal. And this is not on the pre-show, which I'm surprised this is on the kickoff. But so remember people who we got in this match. So we got LA Knight in here. He declared that it was gonna be the match. We got Sheamus. We got Shinsuke Nakamura. He said that he was gonna be the match. Alpha Academy. Who else? Ludwig Kaiser out of Imperium. Um, I think those are all the people that announced so far that are going to be in the match. There's really only one person that should win this match, and that's L.A. Knight. Yeah, he
But
needs to win the match.
that's the other thing about it though. LA Knight needs a match actually on this card that's not a throw in match that you want to put on this card just to give him a reason to win.
And
Why
to be honest,
why is he
if
in
this
the like
match,
why does he not
if
have a singles match though? Is my question. Like
yeah, if this, well, okay, so he was in the triple threat match. They were doing like a tournament thing for like the U.S. Like they were doing a tournament thing for the U.S. Championship, and he was a part of that. He didn't even win the match. He lost to Rey Mysterio. I mean, he didn't get pinned in the match. I mean, so that's a good thing. It still keeps him strong. But he lost to Rey Mysterio, and so we had this past week on SmackDown. We had Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar to see who's going to be facing Austin Theory in 2 weeks for the U.S. title, and the U.S. title isn't even on this card. Okay, so I'm going to be defending on this card, and they didn't even finish the match between Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar. They had it like become like a no contest because they didn't want to have Santos Escobar defeat Rey Mysterio because two LWO members, they didn't want to have them beat one another. It's so stupid, and then people are complaining about like LA Knight. He's not being pushed the right way, or he's getting buried. Because he's not being going for the U.S. title, and you know, I think it's like a little bit too early to say he's being buried because I mean WWE does this a lot. When people get over naturally. I mean we saw like with Dan O'Brien and stuff. They did that. I just don't understand why um they don't want to push certain talent. But Casey, you want to say something?
I
I
want to
feel
see
like
yeah, Casey,
all of them.
why aren't they pushing him? Why aren't they pushing him?
yeah.
I just wanted to chime in on the keeping him strong thing, and in
Mm-hmm.
general, I feel like we use that term way too much. Like, oh well, at least it keeps him strong. It keeps him strong. I just a couple weeks ago did a seminar, um, and they were talking about ECW back in the day, and the one of the biggest problems they were talking about in ECW was getting guys to go over to win. Guys wanted to go under. That was what it was. That's how it used to be. Guys wanted to go under. They wanted to, they didn't want to win because it shows more of what you can do, more of your selling, more of your uh, what you bring to the company and what you can do for the company. Like for example, I think he was talking about Sandman. You could barely get Sandman. He was saying to win. He always wanted to go under, and that really gets me thinking. Like, why do we always like I- it, it in a in a fake sport where everything is made up? we're talking about how we got to keep him strong. Why? Like I get it. To storyline wise, I get it. But it's just like, guys, it's predetermined.
Mm-hmm.
Certain guys are just
And,
not. And LA Knight's gonna get there. We know that. We know he's. There's a chance he won't get there because of the old man, but we know he has to get there. I'm just tired of like got to keep him strong, got to keep him strong. You don't necessarily have to keep him strong. He's doing that himself. But
yeah,
like him losing isn't going to kill him. You know,
yeah,
especially for a guy as good as him, he could lose. And another example, a friend of mine works for a local wrestling company, and he's worked there for the company's been a company for about a year now. They just had their 1 year anniversary. He lost every single match he had that entire year. An entire year he lost. He was still over. The fans still loved him. Finally, at the 1 year anniversary show, he finally gets his first win. Giant pop, huge pop. Like you can still lose and still be over.
Sami Zayn is a testament to that from when he was in NXT, right? Like that's what made him beating
The
Adrian
underdog
Neville
from
at
the
the time,
underground.
right? Like that's what made him beating Adrian Neville at the time to win the NXT title so big because he had lost and lost and lost, and you're just waiting for that moment where he finally does get over the hump. Yeah, I can agree with that. Like I think,
And like
I
Sammy,
mean, and like that's the thing about it too. Like you said, like you can dictate what happens. Like you can dictate how fans react to certain things. You can pump in chants if you want to or whatever it is, right? Like you dictate how the fans react.
yeah. Well, and like Sammy Zayn's one of those guys. Like he's a mid carder. That's just what he is. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Obviously we all wanted him to win the NXT championship, and he did. But again, that's just developmental. At the end of the day, it's still just a developmental, part of WWE.
Mm-hmm.
So the NXT title realistically is like the Intercontinental title. It's sort of on that level if you were to think of it, as uh, levels of like championships. It's not the same as the WWE title at all. So that's the thing with Sami Zayn. Like we know he's a mid carder. He knows he's a mid carder, but he's a workhorse. He's one of those guys. He's gonna, no matter what match he's in, he's gonna give it 100%. He's gonna give you best match of the night, whether he loses or whether he wins. And I feel like he's one of those guys who doesn't care if he's gonna lose or if he's gonna win,
Yeah,
as
Mm-hmm.
long as he does his job and as long as the promoter's happy, as long as the fans are happy, as long as the fans come back to the next show. And
Mm-hmm.
I think people forget that part. It's like, okay, so and so lost, but how was the fans' reactions? Are they going to come to the next show? Are they going to buy tickets to the next show? That's all that matters
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think WWE knows what they're doing with LNI because he's so over and stuff. So I feel like they are gonna push him eventually.
Yeah,
Um, and also
100%.
there's like nothing like they didn't even clarify what this battle royal like even means, like what it's for. So what like
WWE Championship, duh.
so like it's a no more contenders match or like I just don't want them to throw a random championship, like put a championship on LA Knight just to put a championship on him. I want there to be a story, storytelling. That's what wrestling is. It's all about the storytelling.
24/7 championship. That's it. There we go. Do it.
24/7 championship. That's in the
Do it.
garbage. That's in the mud. But yeah, I say that LA Knight is the person that's going to be winning this match here. Um,
Yeah, I
DJ?
agree. I think I would assume we all probably would agree on that one.
I don't agree.
I don't know who else would even win this match. To be honest, I barely know
I
anybody who's
mean,
in
they're
it.
making Sheamus look like because like we got LA Knight going up against Sheamus on Friday. I mean, Sheamus could be in there one.
No,
Maybe
I mean, but I
Bronson
think the whole
Reed.
kind of like you said. I mean, yes, the whole goal is as much as as much as Casey hates this term, is to make LA Knight look strong. That's still the goal here. But at the
Already
same,
strong. He's already strong. He's
like
already
to
he's
to
he's the most over person in that company.
but
Screw Roman Reigns.
what I mean by that is they're trying to give him a win without giving him a singles match on the show. Like they don't want to give him a title match or a number one contenders
Because
match
he's
right
too
now. So
good.
it's just
Because he's
it's
too
an easy win. So
good.
Casey, you said you disagree that he's gonna win. Who you
I
think's gonna win?
disagree. I think that O'Malley fella, he's gonna come in there.
Next match.
Next match. Now who you picking?
Hey,
That's what
fun
he's picking.
fact: I'm actually going out to Detroit
You going to SummerSlam?
next couple of days. I didn't say I'm
Oh,
going to SummerSlam. I didn't say I'm going to be in the match. I'm just
He'll
saying.
be in Detroit at the same time generally as the match might be going on,
Yeah,
possibly.
yeah. I'm going to be at a wrestling show around the same time that this match is going to be happening. I'm just saying. So, and I'm going to have my gear with me. And, so I'm just saying.
I thought you would just keep your gear under your clothes with those little rip-off pants.
That's what I do.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Always got my gear on.
who was it? Naito does that in Japan.
But the rip off pants look exactly like the pants underneath, so you can't even tell.
You're just waiting for the call from Triple H. He's like, "Hey, I'm coming to SummerSlam."
I mean, why do you think I'm going out there?
Wait, my real question is first things first. What's the next match we got? But my real question is, why does Casey sound like Triple H? That's the real question right there. Casey on the phone sounded like Triple H to me.
I don't think I sound like Triple H at all.
He sounded just like him. That's what happened there.
Okay, next match we have is
oh my, what the hell is that?
we got Shayna Baszler going up against Ronda Rousey in an MMA rules match. So,
who
is this going to be for the Grand Championship?
Why?
What do you say?
Who did this makeup and why?
I have no idea. Don't ask me. I just downloaded the graphic.
And obviously this is for the Grand Championship. Billy Corgan is gonna book this match for us. I don't think they can have Ronda Rousey lose in an MMA rules match because that doesn't make sense.
Well, okay, so there have been rumors about Ronda Rousey. She's going back to UFC since Nunes retiring and all that. So yeah, there's been rumors about Ronda Rousey going back over to UFC, and they did this package. They did this video package on Raw, which was amazing, building this up. Because at first, I'm like, why are they having this match here? What's that?
Didn't Nunes beat Rousey?
She did, yeah.
Then so she's going back to MMA because the person who beat her retired.
Yeah, basically. So they did this video package on Raw, like they did it like in a couple parts, but it was like pretty cool. Like learn about like their back history, like like their history that they because they even showed some stuff from like UFC, like during like the Ultimate Fighter, how basically Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, they were like sparring partners and stuff, and Ronda Rousey let Shayna Baszler stay at her house because she was let her stay at her house for free. Just so she could, spar with her, basically be, just beat her up and stuff. Why would you do that to your roommate? Why'd you do that? That's terrible. I mean, she was leaving that for free.
To you all the time.
This is true. We would do that all to each other.
Beat you with a steel chair every day.
And also Shayna Baszler, she was all, jealous about, Ronda Rousey, making to top, before, Shayna Baszler did. And she always puts on this like fake act and like how she doesn't really care about doing this. and she said she's tired of Ronda Rousey taking her spotlight. That's what she said. I mean, she didn't say in those quite exact words, but I see Shayna Baszler winning
What
here.
exact words did she say?
I don't know. You gotta go watch it. You gotta go watch it.
No, you can't say that stuff and then not tell me the exact words that she
You
said.
gotta go watch it. It's a good video package. You gotta
No,
watch
you
the whole
go
thing.
tell me what she said right now.
I don't remember.
Sure.
But yeah, I got Shayna Baszler winning here. What about you guys?
Casey, what you got? I already said Rousey can't lose the MMA rules match, so there you go.
Baszler.
Baszler, there we go. 2-1. Next match we have is Logan Paul going up against Ricochet. Ricochet. Yeah.
It's Ricochet.
Well, I know I've been seeing a lot about this match, and like Logan Paul calling out Samantha Irvine, I think is her name.
Yeah, she's the ring announcer.
They're engaged, right? Not Logan Paul and her, but Ricochet and her. But I've been seeing that. I haven't seen much about this match, but I think Ricochet finally get a big win for once. So I'm going Ricochet on this one. This is giving real Osprey Ricochet vibes, to be honest with you. So I think
yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Ricochet as well. And also, they made some really good moments from 2023 so far. At the Royal Rumble, when they did that jump across the ring, they collided with each other. That was pretty cool. Even the spot that happened at Money in the Bank, even though it wasn't the safest, it looked okay. So I think it's gonna be crazy to see what they do here. And also Logan Paul, he's pretty talented in the ring, but you don't talk about Ricochet's girl. You don't be talking about that. You just don't. So Ricochet has to win this match here. Casey?
You know what? I think you do talk about his girl. And then you win the match and you steal his girl. Logan Paul.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, Prime is really nasty. I don't like it at all. It's just way too sweet.
It tastes like,
and it's not for kids.
It tastes like watered down Gatorade.
It's gross. I'm not a fan of it. And apparently the FDA, it's not. Is it from the FDA, or they're saying? Yeah. The FDA is saying that it's not good. It's not good to drink.
Probably
because it's for the chillins. See, Logan don't even look out for the chillins.
But the next match we have is the Intercontinental Championship. Gunther defending the title against Drew McIntyre.
The hard part about this show is you got this match that could be match of the night. I feel like Logan Paul and Ricochet put on a good match. So, I mean, that's always potential there. Reigns and Jay, of course, with the match and the story involved in it. The triple threat could be a good little match of the night candidate. Rollins and Balor, of course.
Even Rhodes and Lesnar yet.
Even Rhodes and Lesnar could.
We ain't at that match yet.
I'm just saying.
We ain't at that match yet.
There. People know what's on the card, Casey. People know
at that match yet.
People know what's on the card, man.
Okay, but we ain't at that match though.
Anyway, but I say all that and get interrupted to say this. I feel like this could be. Feel like this could be a match of the night candidate. This match will be really good. I think Gunther retains, but this match will be really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Gunther retaining here. I mean, I feel like they're gonna do a rematch. I don't know. I could see a no contest happening here, maybe a double count out or something like that, and then maybe going to what's the next pay-per-view? Payback in September. Because apparently they want to have. I heard rumors that they want to have Gunther break Honky Tonk Man's record, which it'll be somewhere around middle of September, and that's when Payback is. So maybe that's when they would put the title on Drew McIntyre. But right here, I'm going to say that Gunther retains.
I'd be curious to see what they do with Gunther without the title because, he's been around some sort of title picture pretty much his whole WWE career, it feels like, because he's had all these long reigns. It was interesting to see the numbers. I know we hate numbers and all, but it was interesting to see the numbers of his NXT UK title reign, his Intercontinental title reign. I think it was one. Was it one more? Or that was the two I'm thinking of. I think that was the two I was thinking of. But
Are you talking about his NXT UK championship?
yeah, he's only held two titles, right? That
Yeah,
and
the
Intercontinental.
NXT UK and the Intercontinental. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, to see them side by side is what I was basically saying. It was
Oh
kind of
yeah.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool that he's been, consistently booked. This felt like, but it'll be interesting to see what they do with him outside of the title picture, though. At the same time, or if they push him, to the next title, we'll see. But
I wouldn't mind
Casey,
seeing him go for the world championship.
yeah, sure. Casey,
If Gunther loses, I'm never watching. I'm turning it off. I'm never watching wrestling again. I'm burning my boots, and I'm moving to Antarctica because that would be a crime.
why don't you just take your boots to Antarctica, though? You're gonna need boots there. It's
Set them
cold.
down in the snow.
I can't
But
burn
yeah.
them in the snow. It'll burn them out. What's wrong with you? That's not how fire works with ice. Anyway, with that said, I would love to see Gunther and an actual competitive match with Gunther and Brock Lesnar. I think that would be great. That would be fantastic. Do not take him to Suplex City just for the hell of it, because I hate when they do that. I really do. Like, if we get it, yay! Brock Lesnar's powerful. Blah, blah, blah. I actually want to see them just murder each other. I want to see chops and just forearms and just yes, please. All of
speaking
the
of a brutal
meaty men.
match.
Sir, I was speaking. I was saying
Oh yeah,
words.
yeah. Keep
No,
going.
no, it's you already ruined my train of thought. You
I'm sorry.
already derailed it.
Well, speaking of a brutal match that happened this past weekend was Ilya Dragunov and Carmelo Hayes. If you guys haven't checked that
Cool.
match out, go definitely check it out later on. Okay, you can go back to what you're saying.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Just ruined my whole day. Ruined. It was already bad because it's National Girlfriend Day, and I don't got one of them.
Hey, that's on you. That's on you.
I didn't even see DJ post nothing about his lady. I didn't see that. What kind
I
of
didn't.
man?
I didn't know it was National Girlfriend Day.
It
I mean,
is.
I
You should know
posted.
this.
I did post my wings on National Wing Day, so that should feel real bad about that.
Wow. Wow.
Getting,
Wigs are more
I did
important than
next.
your girlfriend. I see.
Yes, we're moving on to the next match here. We got is the WWE Women's Championship. We got Asuka defending title against Bianca Belair and Charlotte.
Why Charlotte look like she about to win this title? I'm just throwing it out there. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised here if Charlotte does end up winning. I mean, Charlotte, she's trying to put on like this babyface act right now. Like she's trying to be all like lovable and stuff. But people aren't, buying into it though. Even though she's like, I don't know, she's supposed to be a heel, but like I don't know, they have her portrayed as something else right now. And then Bianca Belair, she's supposed to be a face, but she's acting more heelish. And then you got Asuka in here, the WWE Women's Champion.
yeah,
It's very interesting.
yeah, it is interesting.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised to see Charlotte win here and then get cashed in on by Io Sky.
Hmm.
Or
what I could do?
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind having Asuka retain and then getting cashed in on by Io.
I think what would even be better than that is have Bianca win it back, right? Bianca's this, she's the heel now. She's the one people love to hate at this point. Have her win, and then have Io Sky come in and cash in on her, and then she's got even more of a heel angle to run with. Like, what the heck? Like, I ran this darn women's division for a year, and then I got screwed out of my title with freaking Mist, and then I got screwed out of the title again. Like, I mean,
Charlotte.
they could run with that.
Yeah, that's true. They could run with that.
Yeah, I would hate it for Asuka though, because she just won the title, but
I don't know. This one's a hard one here. Pause. But Do I go with the retain? I think there's going to be a cash in here. There's going to be a cash in here on SummerSlam. But who's going to be on though? Or maybe Io Sky comes out mid match, makes it a fatal four way, like Seth Rollins did at WrestleMania. But it was just a 1-on-1 match. Then it turned into a triple threat. I don't know. I'm just come back to me on the prediction.
Okay.
DJ, you give you a prediction.
I'm gonna go with my idea. Bianca wins and then gets cashed in on by Io Sky, making Bianca just completely spiral out of control. I like it. Casey, who you got, my friend?
We not fans, first of all.
My good buddy, old pal there, brother there.
I'm not ready. Come back to me.
Damn. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna say that Asuka retains and then gets cashed in on by Io Sky.
Okay, what was your pick, DJ?
I say Bianca wins the title back, and then
I say Charlotte.
Wow,
we're all going through.
We got a whole triple threat
ways.
here.
Yeah, we did. We're gonna start fighting. Do you think there's gonna be cash in or anything? No.
Who's the men's Money in the Bank winner?
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest. He's gonna cash.
He's gonna give the briefcase to Rhea Ripley. She's gonna cash in.
No, he's gonna cash in.
It
says any title.
I mean, this is true. This is true.
Equality.
Next match.
He just kills Asuka. Equality.
Next match we have here is for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. We got Seth freaking Rollins defending the title against Finn Balor. And boy, oh boy, this match is going to be awesome. I love their match that they had at Money in the Bank, and the match that that they had back in 2017. That was for the Universal title. The first ever Universal Champion. I like how Finn Balor, he's been kind of becoming more insane lately. He's been more, he's obsessed about winning the title. But then Seth Rollins, he's been doing some great work as well. Doing this crazy laugh, and people have been singing this song, crazy every Raw. But Seth Rollins did bring up a good point when they were doing their contract signing. So what if Finn Balor wins, and then his buddy, Damian Priest ends up cashing on him? That would just suck, like for that, for him to have like a 24 or like a less than 24-hour reign as the Money in the Bank. As the world champion, that would suck. And to be honest, I want to see the Judgment Day with a whole bunch of gold around them. We already have Rhea Ripley, holding the women's world championship. We already have Dominic Mysterio, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, holding the North American championship. Like, that'd be an amazing picture to see all, Judgment Day holding gold. Because Judgment Day is like the dominant group right now because, the Bloodline is basically no more. So, yeah, I think that Finn Balor is going to end up winning it here. Because it doesn't really hurt if Seth Rollins loses, but it kind of hurts more if Finn Balor is, because, like, where do you go with Finn Balor after this?
Would you say it keeps him strong?
I wouldn't say it keeps him strong, but it keeps him slightly strong.
He's already strong, baby. He's already strong.
But yeah, Finn Balor got to win here.
I think Finn Balor wins here too. I think to see, with the story of Finn and like winning the Universal title against Seth and then being injured against Seth and that kind of obsession over it, I think is good. I think it puts the Judgment Day in a good light. I think it still kind of paints a wee little bit of deception with the Judgment Day and Damian Priest, but then you could have Damian Priest go after something else if you wanted, right? Honestly, you could do it even a little different than you probably ever have, and have Damian Priest team up with somebody and go for the tag titles or something. right? Like really open up that Pandora's box. But I don't know if he would because Dominic's already got a title right now. But interestingly enough, though, I think Finn wins just because like I think the story pushes Finn to win this title. You're not gonna. I mean, Seth's not running out of steam because he loses the title. I don't think. Um, he's done literally everything you possibly can at the age that he's at right now. So, I think Finn sneaks around and wins this darn title. Casey, what you think?
I think that it's about time for me to bring it back. It's about that time of year that I bring it back, baby.
Probably gonna be.
The Finns get the wins.
How many Finns is it, Casey? That's what I really need to know.
The Dolphins and the Finn Balors. The Finns get the wins.
And the mini Finny. The mini Finny you can't forget about.
The mini Finny ain't here.
Apparently, I heard rumors about him being added into the Judgment Day, which I'm kind of interesting. JD McDonough.
Him and Finn could do twin magic. It's tag
Oh.
team. Um, next up, what we got?
We got Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, going up against Cowboy Brock Lesnar. Oh
Justin,
man!
can I say something real quick? For a story I don't care about at all, they've done a darn good job making the story something for me to care about. Like, and what I mean by that is I think the story's fine. I just don't care to see Cody versus Brock again. But
yeah, this is their third
because it doesn't make sense.
match.
It doesn't. It still doesn't make like. I mean, obviously Brock turned on him, so duh, that makes sense. But the whole part of like why this feud is happening to begin with when Cody should be probably world champion, I don't understand. I really don't. But I mean, while I'm on it, I guess while I'm on it, I'm going with Cody. I'm going with Cody. Cody needs to dominate Brock. I mean, it needs to go one of two ways. He needs to either dominate Brock and just continue to rise the stock up more and more and more until he wins the title, or he can lose to Brock and they can beat him up, break his neck, beat him up,
Mark Henry.
And then you know he like rises to the occasion and wins the world title. One of those two could happen, but I'm going with Cody beating up, breaking his neck. Brock Lesnar. Justin, what you think?
I'm gonna go with Cody Rhodes winning as well. It's like, I mean, yeah, the story, really, I mean, it's kind of a dumb story, with having Brock Lesnar just attack Cody, the night after Mania. But then, like, they never really explain like why he attacked him. Well, maybe because he was upset that he could never get a world title match. Maybe that was a reason why. I don't know. Because why Roman holds it, he can never get another world title match.
I'm surprised they never went with like for Brock, especially the amount of third generation superstars he's faced. I'm almost surprised that they never went with like the whole like I wasn't given anything type of storyline for him, right? Like my family's not in this business like yours. Like I'm a first generation superstar or whatever. Like I'm surprised they never went with that for him. Not only am I a first generation superstar, but I'm the beast on top of that. I've done this and this. I beat Undertaker at Mania. I've beat up John Cena, blah, 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 whatever. Like I'm surprised they don't go with that for this type of storyline because there is no because for this storyline, there's no real reason why, is it? Like it just happened and that was it.
Yeah, it just happened. That was it. And then we had that match at Backlash where Cody got a cheap pin, and then did Brock win at Night of Champions? Yeah, he did win Night of Champions because it's 1-1 apiece right now. He won Night of Champions. And then we're at this point now. And then Brock Lesnar like returned a few months ago, and then he beat up it's like beat up John Cena. He beat up Cody Rhodes. He's just getting beat up by Brock Lesnar. It's like, when is Cody Rhodes gonna learn to stay away from Brock Lesnar, to quit coming after him? But yeah, Cody Rhodes needs to win here. But I just don't know how they're gonna have Cody get back to Roman. Like, what, they're gonna have him win the Royal Rumble again? Like, by the time Royal Rumble comes next year, people aren't gonna care. about Cody. Like people are gonna be like, it's gonna be weared off because 1 minute WWE fans or 1 minute wrestle fans want something. Next minute go like, oh, this is terrible. I don't want this anymore. Like you can't satisfy wrestling fans.
I
You
mean,
just
they
can't.
can. I mean, they can draw some interest in it. They're gonna. I honestly think, especially with no bloodline, still with the tribal chief aspect of stuff too, though. I mean, I think the best way to build interest in that kind of rematch would be work through the families, right? Like show the lineage of the families, show the successes that both guys have had. Cody's been successful in WWE, right? Like show the successes that both have had, and then paint them as polar opposites, right? Like your family was given everything, my family was given nothing type situation, and then you want to. We love The Rock, but we want to cheer for Cody to win the title, right? Because he's the lovable underdog. He's still the lovable underdog. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter he made this company over here, this, that, and the third. His family was given nothing. Your family was given everything, every opportunity, every title shot. It doesn't really matter. Like, I mean, they can get some interest back in this story between those two guys. It just makes me interested to see if that they're going to actually do that. Because it's still, if I had to still think, you're still putting the best heel that you have in the company versus the best face you have in the company. At Mania, wherever the heck Mania is, Philly or wherever it is.
Philadelphia, I'll be there. I'll be there.
So I mean, it's one of those things where it's like you can get interest back in it. Like I think it just depends on if that's the direction they want to go, because they have another world title again, so they could easily push Cody to that one. I don't know why they would, because it would be better for him to win the one from Roman. It immediately skyrocket. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like you can still go with the finish the story narrative, but then just paint it in a slightly different way.
Yeah, so I just wonder, like, and it's not like the draft means anything, so he can go over SmackDown anytime he wants. I mean, they try to make it seem like the draft means something, but it doesn't mean anything because Dominic, the Judgment Day, have been going over to like all three of the shows, so it's not like the draft means anything. I just wonder how they're gonna book it, and if that's the direction they want to go in. But yeah, Cody Rhodes is winning. Casey.
I just don't care. I don't want to see them. I don't want to see this match again. Cody.
Also, I kind of wish I had a stipulation around this match. Like I heard that they would maybe doing like a bull rope match, like a Texas bull rope match or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. To have like a stipulation or like a Hell in a Cell or something like that. I mean, even though we did get a Hell in a Cell match last year with Cody and Rollins, but still, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing a Hell in a Cell match here.
Yeah,
because this feud definitely deserves something like stipulation or like I don't know if they would do First Blood, but for I don't know. Well, actually, the next match this should be a First Blood match, which we got the main event here.
How come no one ever does a Second Blood match?
I don't know.
The strategy involved in the Second Blood match, I tell you.
So we got this is probably the greatest feud. This feud has been going on for or this storyline has been going on for 3 years, with the whole bloodline, this amazing work that they're doing with Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. So we got Roman Reigns defending the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship against his cousin Jey Uso. Man, they're going full circle with this. I'm excited for this match here. This bloodline storyline has been like the most successful storyline, like in like the history of WWE. Like I'll say it's up there like with Stone Cold, and it's up there with Stone Cold and McMahon. It's up there.
Okay, it's time to put Justin to bed.
No, it's up there. Like if you look how
he's
successful
crazy.
It's been.
Time to go to it's bedtime. I know it's way past your bedtime. I know.
If you see how much money they've been making with this whole storyline, you know how successful it's been, and you know how much people have been watching all the ratings it's been putting in. Yeah, it's successful. Now I wouldn't say it's
Uh-huh.
better, like the best one, but it's up there. Um,
Who you
but
got?
yes, what do you say?
Who you got? That's the real question.
Who I got in this match? So this is a tribal combat match, which it's basically an extreme rules match. You know, no DQ. This should have been a first blood match right here. You know, because the bloodline get it. You know, it should have been first blood. Um, I'm gonna say that Roman Reigns isn't losing here. I mean, that'd be cool to see Jay win, but I don't know. I feel like we're gonna have Solo get involved, and probably I mean, who knows if Jimmy will come back? I mean, he's kind of like kayfabe injured right now, so I don't know. They'll have him show up, but Roman's gonna retain. DJ.
Yeah, I think Roman retains. I think it's going to be a good match. I think there's going to be a lot of fireworks to it, to the point of where you're going to feel like Jay's going to win because Jay's pinned him before. But that was a tag team match. I think they'll continue to kind of paint the small little strokes of weakness in Roman as they get closer and closer to his title reign coming to an end. But I just don't think Jey Uso is going to be the one to do it. I don't know. Somehow Solo's going to find his way involved, I'm sure. I know they've been involving Rikishi in it, so I wouldn't be surprised if he had something to do with it in this match. But that's probably why it is practically Extreme Rules. But yeah, I think Reigns retains. I think Reigns retains. I don't know about put to bed the bloodline storyline.
Because
But I
there's
think
been
it's
they kind of been teasing some tension, like with Solo eventually turning on, because he's definitely gonna be turning on Roman Reigns at some point.
yeah.
I feel like that'll be the next match they go to. And then they'll probably even get to like Jimmy Uso, because how many more times is Roman really going to defend the title this year? Like, okay, he'll probably defend it at a Saudi show, which probably around November. He'll probably, I don't know, maybe at like Payback, maybe against like, I don't know, maybe Solo ends up turning on Roman here. I don't know, or something. Or something like that. They're going to start. I mean, this is like a slow burn situation. It's
Yeah.
definitely interesting to see how they build this up. But Roman Reigns, he isn't going to be competing on too many more pay per views this year. Like, I doubt he's going to be at Fastlane, which bringing that pay per view back. That's going to be in
When is that?
Indianapolis. That is October.
Okay.
It's like the beginning of October, and then they got Payback next month in September. And then they have survive. I think they have a Saudi show again. So maybe he'll defend it at a Saudi show. And then we have Survivor Series, which I don't know if he'll defend it there. And then there's no pay per view in December. And then we got the next time he'll probably defend it. Yeah, it would probably be, I don't know, maybe Payback, and then maybe the Saudi show, and then Rumble. Then I don't know.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, but I think it would be good to take him off TV in some way and maybe get him back into that storyline with Cody possibly, and then work that until Mania, and then Cody wins the title finally. But Casey, what was your thoughts? I mean, not thoughts.
Yeah, this we do the review before we do the preview. That's how it works.
Who's winning the match? I mean, not.
What was the match again? Y'all talk so much that I forgot.
We got Roman Reigns and Jey Uso.
Main event Jey Uso.
I hate this match. I hate this match so much because I know Jay's not gonna win, and I want Jay to win so bad.
What if he does win?
He's not going to.
I mean, there's this like there's a 1%, maybe 1%.
There's not even a 0.001% chance. He's not gonna win this match because that would be something that we want. And at the end of the day, WWE doesn't care about what we want.
But Casey, I will say that there's always room for one more.
I don't
We
think
the
so.
ones and they the twos. The real he's Jay
remember the
Uso is
Revolution?
the real tribal chief.
Do y'all remember the Revolution at all? Anybody?
Wait, what the Divas Revolution?
No, the Divas Revolution.
What revolution?
James Storm's Revolution. It was James Storm, Sonata, and somebody else. I can't remember.
Oh, so speaking of women,
Speaking of that, darn.
people are going crazy online. You know, they're talking about AEW, how the AEW women aren't being used correctly. They're going to give these women a chance. You remember that thing, like the whole Divas Revolution? You know, give women a chance.
I do. I remember that.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. They just can't get it right with AEW right now with the whole women. It's terrible right now. But that's a discussion for another day, though.
Whole nother day. But I think that's it, right? Casey, did you predict the last match? Or you?
Yeah, he did. He said Roman Reigns.
Oh, okay.
I did not.
You must.
I did not. I said I didn't choose because I don't. Shut up.
But any final thoughts? Anyone? Everyone?
I think SummerSlam is going to be a very enjoyable show. I'm looking forward to it. You know, SummerSlam. Sorry, yeah, that's what it is. You know, the biggest party of the summer.
Why is it a scam?
The biggest summer of the party, I tell you.
The biggest party of the summer.
The biggest of the biggest.
The biggest scam of the summer, because they're not going to book the show how we want it booked.
You're the biggest scam of the summer.
But as always, definitely hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be back next week for another one, probably a review of this show, more than likely. Probably what we'd be back next week, folks. But definitely hope you guys enjoyed. For Casey, who's down there, the faceless wonder himself, and for Justin, who is over there, and also at McJuggernuggets 097 or Juggernaut 097. I mean, you've seen it on the screen if you've been watching, but for the listening audience, in case you want to go subscribe or something, feel free. But anyway, subscribe to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast as well, because you do want to subscribe to that. But we'll see you guys on the next one. Until